Across Australia, New Zealand and the South Pacific, this is the week's Adventist news in focus.
Hello and welcome to In Focus. I'm Danielle Sinnott, and thanks to Sibel for filling in for me last week. A 28-year-long scientific study of health practices has found a significant link between eating red meat and premature death. The study was published by the American Medical Association and tracked more than 120,000 men and women. The data shows that the risk of dying early increased by 12% for every serving of red meat eaten in an average week. And for processed red meat products, the risk jumped to 20%. On the positive side, the study showed that eating fish and poultry reduced the risk of premature death, as did eating nuts, legumes and whole grains.
I'm not surprised. This is just one of many published articles that talks about the dangers of eating red meat. But as a church, we have been preaching these for the last 150 years. Science has just caught up.
According to the ABC, a coalition of Australian health groups has formed an unofficial complaints board to hold the alcohol industry to account. The Alcohol Advertising Review Board is led by former Australian of the Year, Professor Fiona Stanley, and will name and shame advertisers that breach their own code of practice. The coalition says the current system, which allows the alcohol industry to monitor its own ads, is failing.
Putting the alcohol industry in charge of itself is like putting the fox in charge of the chickens. The establishment of a new board to monitor them is a good move. It'd be great if some of the churches were perhaps involved. And I know the Adventist Church has a long history. We would like to see the harm of alcohol reduced in the community.
Research shows that when a family eats together, children are happier, healthier and less likely to get involved in drugs, alcohol and other risky behaviours. But more than that, mealtimes provide an opportunity to communicate spiritual values. Adventist children's ministry leaders in Australia have launched a resource aimed at helping families build faith together. The Table Talk cards are a series of discussion starters which the developers say can help bond families together spiritually.
Families, even with young children, are saying our children love them, they love talking through the conversation openers. They are calling us to the dinner table to eat together so they can do table talk.
Primary students at the Darling Downs Christian School in Toowoomba spend 3 mornings a week out of the classroom getting their hands dirty. The Kitchen Garden program aims to get kids in touch with where their meals come from. Parts of the art and science curriculum are integrated into the activities. And the morning is topped off with the preparation of a 3-course meal using the freshly picked ingredients.
Having a garden within the school is part of what Adventist education has stood for all along, because education isn't just about the intellectual dimension, but we've known for a long time it's about the spiritual dimension as well, and the social and emotional dimension. And our kitchen garden touches on all those areas.
Well, that's the news for this week. Don't forget, InFocus Adventist News is only part of a full half-hour program, which includes news from the wider Christian world, political commentary, health tips and a great interview. You can see the full Record InFocus program on Hope Channel, the Australian Christian channel on Foxtel and other pay TV networks, and via the World Wide Web. Just go to infocus.org.au. Have a great week and God bless.
Thank you.